Ladies and gentlemen across the galaxy, Twilight, Torgroot, Scandroids, Cadaboonie looking Conehead, and yes, I heard you Genosians asking for some representation, so shout out to all my Genosian boys and girls out there. Do Genosians have male, females? All right, we're not talking about Genosian genitalia today, regardless. Maybe some of you want to hear, but that's not our topic of today's video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, Galaxy of Heroes is recognizing the hard-working people of our empire, more specifically, those who stand on the front line. Galaxy of Heroes is going to be celebrating people like Gary. Everyone, give an air horn, hug your favorite trooper, because people like this dude right here are standing in front of all those dirty rebels and standing for what everything is right, the peace, prosperity, justice, and freedoms that we have here. Let me tell you, it's a beautiful place to be in the Empire. And furthermore, we're going to be talking about Luke. I know, we went from one extreme to the other, but getting a lot of questions in regards to the future of Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. And furthermore, questions in regards to, this is kind of weird to say, should you farm Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker before General Anakin Skywalker and Jedi Knight Revan? We're going to discuss all of that today. And we got some footage of assault battles, the recent one, and we used Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. So 3 things in this video you'll be seeing and hearing. But let's start off with this part right here. I found this extremely exciting. I don't want to get too carried away with speculation, because Grand Arena themes and rewards don't always mean what is to come for the game. It's just more for fun stuff on the side. Very occasionally doesn't mean something. But we have a Grand Arena starting up on 7/20. So later on today, you're going to get the sign up. And it seems like from our data miners, this Grand Arena will be 3v3 with ships. Now, we did all right with the last 3v3. We went undefeated with the last 3v3. I'm not a huge fan of 3v3. I wish they would do a balance of 3v3 and 5v5 in a month. Mix it up. Don't do a whole month of 3v3. Don't do a whole month of 5v5. I wish they'd mix it up more. But as the data mine also predicted, we just got this moments ago with celebrating the might of the Empire. We are celebrating the hard work of the frontline troops of the Empire and First Order. No one asked about them. The Stormtrooper. Now, a lot of cool things in here that I'm looking forward to. Firstly, I'm really hoping a lot of these will be titles. Like, for example, we have the Emperor's Finest right here. I'm really hoping that's going to be a title that we can get inside this game. And there's some other great things here for our Imperial Troopers. We have a lot of Imperial Trooper feats, so you guys know we're going to go for feats this time. We always use Imperial Troopers in our Grand Arena. This will be no exception. We're going to be chasing after as many of these as possible. Derek the Death Trooper, Sith Trooper Larry, going to be getting some love right here. And literally just moments ago, we thought we were recording, but Gary, of course, didn't hit record. I finally took Director Krennic to Gear 13 solely for us to goof around in this 3v3 Grand Arena and earn some precious titles and portraits. So we're going to be goofing around with Director Krennic. I'm excited, but the question now comes, let's start rolling some of our Luke footage before we start talking about our other stuff. The question now comes to, do I think there's going to be reworks for the Empire? Now, this has been something we've wanted and speculated since we heard Empire Strikes Back has been the theme that we're working on. We have confirmation that we're still at Empire Strikes Back because we just had 3POC added the other day. Now, I don't want to go as far as saying I'm 100% certain that the Grand Arena theme this month and these portraits and titles are in relation to an Empire rework. I really want that to happen, but unlike the login award, where 9 out of 10 times the login award actually means what's going to happen for the game, time and time again, it happens very occasionally. It does not. Grand Arena themes or awards, I say, have a less degree of certainty. For example, we had Death Star titles a while ago, about 2 Grand Arenas ago. There was no Death Star raid added. So point being, I don't want to 100% say it, but for example, last month's theme was Bespin, and we got, you know, a lot. We had a whole event going through Bespin. So there is a small chance that maybe we're celebrating the might of the Empire and we might get some extra reworks. And I'm hoping at the minimum we do get reworks, for example, because, man, for example, Death Trooper, I love him. He's a cornerstone to our Imperial Trooper team. You're going to see him smash in his 3v3 Grand Arena. I just really want that unique ability to omit the Krennic part and be an all-around Imperial character that can work with any type of leader and just be like a B2 super battle droid. So point being, it's going to be a fun month. Grand Arena update right there in case you're wondering. 3v3, love it or hate it. If you guys want, I can update the 3v3 guide we made back in May 2020. We can try to have that out tomorrow before we start setting defenses, if that's what you want to see. But anyways, moving on to the main topic of today, I got to say, is in regards to Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. Now, firstly, one reason why we're making this video is, one, there was assault battles yesterday. I recorded some footage as we're seeing. Challenge tier 2. I found them actually quite fun to use there and better than Jedi Knight Revan. But the real reason why we're making a video on him today is because, firstly, there's not a lot of videos to make on the character. I've been having people say, hey, can you show more of Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker? It is a legendary character at the end of the day, and you would expect a lot more coverage. But Darth Vader was a lot more impactful, much more free-to-play friendly, drastically changed my enjoyment of the game and enjoyment for many others out there. So obviously he got more videos and attention. But we're going to talk about Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker in regards to how good is he. That's going to be a brief question because people sometimes correlate less videos means less better. If we want to go down that, less gooder. And that's not the case at all. And we're also going to talk about the future of Jedi Knight Luke, because I think there is a future in regards to maybe a new character or maybe something that's going to change with his tag, Rebel tag. And we're also going to be talking about the main question here, really, is should you farm Luke before Gas on Jedi Knight Revan? And you know what? Let's tackle that question right now, because let's actually tackle two questions. Is Luke a good character? Yes, he's a good, solid, all-around offensive character. Now, I don't feel like this feels like the Jedi Knight Luke I was envisioning and the Luke that has been hyped for years to us, that this character has to be one of the best characters, the best character in the game. He is a good character. Doesn't feel like Luke Skywalker. He's just a good all-around Jedi character to have. And obviously, we kind of learned everything there is to know. He's obviously going to be great with Jedi Knight Revan. That's the best Jedi lead in the game. And he's important for countering those Galactic Legends Kylos, for example, with Jedi Knight Revan. And if you have a leftover Jedi team and you want to use Luke in the lead, he's a good team. He's a good lead to kind of bring those leftover Jedi to some sort of viability. Just the other day, we made a video showcasing the second Jedi battle that relatively no one can play because there's not really two good Jedi teams. Well, Luke got me 2 good combat mission waves completed with leftover Jedi, like a Gear 12 Plo Koon. So he is a good character. Let's just put that out there right away. But I don't think he's as good as Gas. And furthermore, to answer the question, you should not be getting Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker before Jedi Knight Revan 1. I think it's technically impossible in a way for new players to do that, especially because you need to get a 7-star Hermit Yoda, 7-star Wampa, and with Jedi Knight Revan, it's a lot more easily accessible. Only 5 characters, and you really only need the Basilisk Shan Zeta. So firstly, I definitely think you need Jedi Knight Revan. You should get him first before Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. Nothing in that regard is going to change, in my opinion. Mainly just, it's such an easy character. The Revan event was so nice. It was definitely one of the better legendary events that we had in this game. Pretty balanced, pretty fair, and it's a lot easier for newcomers to get. That should be your first real major legendary. I mean, you might get Padme or Palpatine first, but that's like the real game-changing legendary to have for your Jedi. Then it comes down between Jedi Knight Revan and General Anakin Skywalker. And that's the main debate I want to have here for those that want to provide some feedback and for those that want my opinion, because I do want to eventually update my legendary guide. Every 2 or 3 legendaries that come to the game, we update our legendary guide. And right now, I want to tell those that are debating between Gas and Jedi Knight Luke, it depends where you are. Especially, you know, do you have your Padme C-3PO? You probably should be going after General Anakin Skywalker. General Anakin Skywalker, yes, you need a minimum power threshold of what, 17,500, Gary? But it's a lot easier to get to that rather than having all these Gear 13, Relic 3 characters, sometimes Relic 5, you know, some characters are better with more relics on them. So in that regard, it seems like Gas is better because you don't have hard Gear Relic requirements. It's more power threshold requirements. But the thing is, both of the characters, they need legendaries. You need Commander Luke Skywalker to get Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. You need C-3PO Padme, General Kenobi to get yourself General Anakin Skywalker. So in that regard, they're kind of similar. But all-around viability, I find General Anakin Skywalker to be the much more meaningful character. One, Geonosis Territory Battle specifically requires him. And secondly, General Anakin Skywalker is such an important counter team for our Galactic Legends. And furthermore, he forms a better team. I prefer a 501st team with General Anakin Skywalker over Jedi Knight Luke with leftover Jedi. So in that regard, I think Gas has that upper hand. But that's not to say Jedi Knight Luke is a bad character, because he is incredibly important for those more consistent counters to our Galactic Legends, especially Galactic Legend Kylo. Jedi Knight Luke makes it so much easier. But this kind of leads us into the next part, which I think is going to be a bit more out there. Yes, we didn't really predict Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker coming this early. We were expecting that to be more of an endgame thing, but as we're seeing right now, it seems like they kind of have you get the one Luke to get the next Luke. So Farm Boy Luke leading up to Commander Luke Skywalker. You go through all of New Hope and you unlock the character that was from Empire Strikes Back. So Farm Boy Luke to Commander Luke, and then you have Commander Luke, and you're going through all of Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, and that unlocks you to Luke from the next movie, which is Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. So, and plus that event that we just went through for Jedi Knight Luke, it's called The Journey Continues. Now, the future, I think it's almost certain at this point that we're going to see another Luke, because we're continuing the journey. They're going to have you require Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. You're going to go through the episodes and moments of Return of the Jedi, and let's hope they do a good job. Their Luke events have been spot on. Best events in the game are the Luke events, in my opinion, in terms of overall enjoyment, thematics, and highlighting the big iconic moments. And my suspicion is Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker will lead you up to Hermit Luke, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker that we see in Episode 7 8 and 9. Now, I was expecting that Luke to come a lot earlier, especially during the past 3 movies that we've gotten from them. Not the case, but it seems like this character will be needed at some point in the future for an upcoming legendary of some sort. And my suspicion is going to be Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. So he's a good character. He might lead to something, but that leading to something is all speculation. There's another part of speculation where he's missing the Rebel tag. I understand why did they want to add the Rebel tag, because, man, look at 3PO and Chewie. They drastically changed the Rebel team to be so much better. Now imagine if Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker had the Rebel tag. That team would be bonkers, out of this world, broken. But when have we not seen a broken team? They just released something that's more powerful, that can outdo the past broken thing. It's still a bummer. There's no Rebel tag in there, but it seems like they stayed away from balance purposes. But that's not to say they can add a tag. And if you add the Rebel tag, then that's going to open up things drastically. We have characters, for example, like Asajj, Jango Fett, who got the Separatist tag after the fact, but there hasn't been anything in my recollection, Gary, where a legendary character got a new tag later on. So, but in just thinking of right now, ignoring a possibility of a tag being added, the Rebel tag, or the possibility of Grandmaster Luke Skywalker that might happen after this, he is a good character, but you guys can let me know down below. I don't think this is a character that you should be getting after Jedi Knight Revan. You're going to get your Jedi Knight Revan and Yoda. That's kind of mandatory. You kind of just get Yoda as an incident of farming all these other Jedi out there needed for legendaries and just these important Jedi. But it seems like gas should have a higher priority over Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. But maybe it depends. Maybe it's not reasonable to have a 7-star Kenobi before you have General Anakin Skywalker, and it might be easier getting the 7-star Hermit Yoda and Wampa. I'm definitely falling more towards General Anakin Skywalker. But you guys let me know down below. What do you guys think the future of Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker is? I found it fairly easy to go through the challenge tier 2 with Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. That leadership, it really stops all that preloaded Terminator the enemies get, because as you guys know, they're loaded preloaded Terminator, and then once Jedi Knight Luke takes a turn, he just slows them down drastically. So he does make some aspects of the game a lot easier, but overall, I think Jedi Knight Revan's the most logical thing to do first. Easy to get, gas, and then of course Jedi Knight Luke. But we're gonna incorporate your guys' feedback as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always a pleasure hanging out with you around here. Even if we do talk about Genosian genitalia, that would be a very weird but interesting, maybe an informational video at some point in the future. If we really talk about that, we must be running out of ideas, or we're really changing the channel for some more general Star Wars stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always a blessing having you here. Like if you enjoyed the video, comment down below and all your thoughts, and be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing. Hug a stormtrooper on your way out, and let's celebrate all the Imperial might in this upcoming Grand Arena. All right, Gary, roll out the outro. Gary, I'm not going to say more nice things about you. Just roll out the outro.